welcome everybody to the people that just joined and are still joining to our webinar here. My name is Marius Nicolai. I'm CEO of the company M2M Germany. I'm here together with my colleague Antoine from wattsense, who will be talking with me today. Or to be honest, he has the bigger. I do have the easy part of doing the introduction and everything. So he will do the real work afterwards. Talking with you about how to keep building management simple with LoRaWAN, and we will start and have a look into what we are going to do today. So first of all, I'm going to give you a slight introduction about who is M2M Germany. Later on, also Antoine and his part will talk about who is wattsense. Yeah, then, as I said, my part will be the introduction to LoRaWAN itself. So maybe, as I see from the list of names here, for some people this will be no news, but anyhow, we would like to give a slight introduction to LoRaWAN for those who don't have the knowledge yet. And also talk about why LoRaWAN is a very good, perfect fit for building management systems or for building automation. And yeah, after that introduction, I will hand over to Antoine, who will talk more in depth about the wattsense solutions, tower and bridge. We'll have some use case, and some live demo, and some time for questions afterwards. So let me start. Who is M2M Germany? In a few words, we are a specialist distributor for M2M and IoT solutions, wireless industrial solutions. So everything we do is wireless. That is the core of our business. We supply you with the right parts, and we help you to use them. That is the basic idea. We are doing this for 17 years now already. And our company is located quite, like right in the middle of Germany, close to Frankfurt, bit north, in the city of Wehrheim. We are doing our job currently with around about 25 people in our company. And beside the distribution of the components, system integration services, etc., for our customers, we are also working in a couple of research projects to let's say gain knowledge in different important technologies and segments. Furthermore, we've also done a couple of own developments that have also been awarded in the past. So just a short overview what that means, what I was saying. We are basically connecting any kind of application, being it some kind of sensor like fill level or temperature or whatever, or can also be a telematics unit in a vehicle, some PLC in a factory, any kind of application in the field, connecting to a cloud platform or to another device to make a process more smooth, to digitalize the process, to make devices talk to each other, basically. That is the very core of what we are doing. We are using not only LoRaWAN for that, as you can see here in the middle. We are also working with mobile radio technologies like 4G, 5G, narrowband IoT. Bluetooth is also a technology that we use quite often in local applications. So our knowledge is not only bound to LoRaWAN, but this is what we're going to talk about today. So on this slide, you just have a rough overview about what are our services in terms of LoRaWAN. So as you can see here, I'm not talking too much about the single points, but like, let's say from the hardware, from the sensor, the gateway, the antenna, to the network server, to network planning, and the integration in third-party systems. This is basically what we can do for you in terms of LoRaWAN technology. I think that's enough about our company, and we'll just start the introduction to LoRa and LoRaWAN. First of all, LoRa and LoRaWAN is usually yeah, it's two words usually used in the same sense, but is not exactly correct. So we'll talk about that on the next slide. But to give you a rough idea what LoRaWAN is about, I have this scheme here where you can see LoRaWAN in terms of its range and its possible data rate compared to other well-known technologies. So as you can see, LoRaWAN is a long-range technology. You can say it's like at least 20 times bigger range, like Wi-Fi, for example. But also, on the other hand, the data rate is very much lower than with Wi-Fi. You can't do anything like video streaming or something with LoRaWAN. It's the idea behind LoRaWAN is that it is a sensor network, so it's perfect to transfer low small data packets over long distance. And as I said, LoRa and LoRaWAN are two different things. First of all, what is LoRa? LoRa is the physical layer that the LoRaWAN protocol is based on. So it means this is the technology behind. In the EU, we are talking about the 868 megahertz band that is used for LoRaWAN, which is basically a free to use band for several applications. So it's not only LoRaWAN that is using 868 megahertz. The good point here is if you know a few things about physics and frequencies, it's quite a low frequency in the band if you compare to for example with Wi-Fi, which is based on 2 to 4 or even 5 gigahertz. This is way lower, which means the signal has a longer range just by physics. So there's the first advantage over some other technologies. It also means it has a lower capacity in terms of the data. There's always, if there's an upside, there's a downside as well. And the range that we are talking about, let's say the marketing figures are around about 2 to 3 kilometers in urban areas and around 15 kilometers in rural areas. So if you're talking about flat surface, actually practically it means in a building you can usually cover some 100 meters and 4 to 5 floors in total in a building. But I think Anwan has some more real life things afterwards. He's also showing there. The good thing is also, I mean, you probably know Wi-Fi, which has where you have a huge infrastructure to cover a whole building. You need some Wi-Fi repeaters and gateways in each and any part of the building. For LoRaWAN, as I said, it's usually for a smaller building. You can usually cover it with one gateway, and you don't need another gateway or a repeater or something in every corner of the building. So build up your LoRaWAN infrastructure is usually quite easy. One of the biggest advantages is actually the low power consumption of LoRaWAN devices. So the technology is built to use less power. It's not comparable to Wi-Fi, for example. So you can run battery-driven devices for many years. So I mean, it depends on the type of device. But usually we're talking about at least 2-3 years for more complex sensors, up to 10-15 years for easy things that don't need so much power. And one last thing you need to understand that is that's related to the frequency that is used. The 868 megahertz is the 1% duty cycle. Which is it's just a limitation in terms of the amount of data that you can send. You should have heard of it because that is yeah, some fact that is always talked about when it's about LoRaWAN. In the real world, you don't have any contact with that because that is handled by the firmware of the devices anyway. So you cannot do something wrong there. Yeah, and then comparison, as I said, as LoRaWAN is the physical technology, LoRaWAN compared with that is the protocol that is used on the LoRa physical layer. And it's a worldwide standard that is yeah, maintained and by the LoRa Alliance. You can see the logo here in the slide. That's a huge yeah, industrial or a huge alliance of different industrial companies that are driving the standard forward. I think we're talking about roughly 1,000 companies that are members of the LoRa Alliance. So what we can really say today is, and we have been working with LoRaWAN since 2016, so almost the early beginning of LoRaWAN. Today there is a really big ecosystem. We have many players working on the standard, doing devices, doing services on LoRaWAN. So if you ask yourself, if LoRaWAN is just another technology that will be forgotten in a few years or something, I don't think so. So nowadays we have a big ecosystem and that is one of the most important points for technologies, that you have a big acceptance in the market, and that has become true for LoRaWAN, definitely. Yeah, some more facts, and then I'm almost done with the technical part here. We are talking about data rates from 250 bits per second to 50 kilobits per second. So you can see it's not much, but it's enough for sensor data. If you're asking yourself when it's 250 bits and when it's 50 kilobits, this is controlled by this so-called spreading factors. Also, a thing that is controlled by the network itself. So usually you don't have to take care for that. You just have to take care that your network is well maintained and you have enough gateways in range, and you're not building your network on the edge, basically, of the capabilities of LoRaWAN. So it's good if you have some more gateways so that the devices can run in the low spreading factor like SF7 or 8. That is important. And one more thing is the bidirectional connection. So it's not only that you can transfer data from a sensor like temperature or something, a value to a central network. You can also configure devices back from the network, and you also have actors. So we'll see one demo using the Wiki device, I think, which is thermostat, and this is also controllable by the LoRaWAN network. So it's important to understand it's not one-way communication. You can also switch on devices there and configure them. Yeah, last but not least, what is one of the most important facts of LoRaWAN, unless mobile radio networks, you can build your private networks. This is exactly what we're going to do here today with wattsense. You just build your own network easily using the wattsense gateway, and yeah, so it's all in your hands. You don't need any provider like Deutsche Telekom or Vodafone or whoever. You can do your own network on your own premises. You don't have to give anything out to somebody else. And as we said in the beginning, as the range is quite big, it's quite easy to set up a network. We'll see that afterwards with one. It's just one gateway, and you have your own network up and running. Last but not least, to give you a quick overview how the LoRaWAN architecture usually looks like. We do have on the one side the LoRaWAN end nodes, which is any kind of sensor or even actor. And then we have at least one or more gateways. And the regular setup is that the gateway is just quite a simple packet forwarder that is sending the data further to the network server, which is, for example, running in in a cloud or in your own IT infrastructure, where the whole device management, network management takes place in that network server, and from there you take the data to any kind of third-party application, being it some energy management or whatever. And now today we're talking about a special case if it comes to that infrastructure, because the wattsense gateway does have the network server integrated in the gateway, which is a very easy thing if you're talking about integration to building management systems, because you have everything located in one box in a building, for example, just connecting it to a building management system, and the setup is rather easy. Yeah, but I just wanted to tell you it's a special case in the LoRaWAN world, because usually you do have the gateways, the network server, and then the third-party applications. And here we combine the network server within the gateway. And last but not least, why LoRaWAN is a very good fit, not to say perfect fit for building management systems. Just a few arguments. We will see some more things in the demo. It's a perfect technology for retrofitting. If you are working in the building segment, you know how much work it usually is to put some extra cables for something in an existing building. With LoRaWAN, you just put a sensor somewhere. You have a gateway connected to your building management, or somewhere in the middle of the building, attached to your network, and that's it. You don't need to put any wires. You don't need to drill holes into walls and whatever. So it is really easy to retrofit things in a building with LoRaWAN. It's not LoRaWAN it's not the idea to replace existing systems. It's usually complementing them. Yeah. So you might have some existing systems in a building. You might have some control systems, of course, for light, for blinds, for whatever, and you want to combine it with some sensors like temperature sensors or light sensor. You want to see if the sun is shining into the building or something, and so you can easily take a few LoRaWAN sensors and add the data to your existing system. And this goes for many different applications, no matter if it's about air quality inside buildings, or if it's about the temperature control, climate, energy management. You can basically measure any kind of energy. You can add devices to existing meters. You can add extra meters that are using LoRaWAN as communication. It can be used for access control as well, for example. Yeah. So many different use cases can just be added easily to existing systems, and that's the nice idea about LoRaWAN. It's not that we want to replace existing systems, but it is quite easy to add extra features. And yeah, that's it from my side. So Antoine, I hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Marius, and thank you for the invitation. Good afternoon from my side. I'm Antoine, working for wattsense in the sales team, and I'm really happy to be there with our partner at 2M Germany to introduce or to present the wattsense solution, for sure based on the LoRaWAN technology. Yeah, as already presented by Marius, we'll have a wattsense presentation talking about some use case. I will show you in a demonstration how easy it could be to use the LoRaWAN technology with the wattsense solution. I will have a bonus topic, I would say, and for sure we will be there to answer to your question. Again, feel free to post it in the Q&A session. Yeah, few words about the wattsense company. We are a French startup founded in 2017 in Lyon, in the center of France. We are now 32 people. One important fact regarding our team is that more than 80% of the team is dedicated to the development, software development, hardware development, and support, to support you during all the lifetime of the product in pre-sales phase and after sales. The idea is to be still close to you to make the project easy. One very important thing as well is that we have been acquired by Siemens in 2021. So we are really proud to be a part of the Siemens group now. A few words regarding the wattsense technology and the solution. All our solution is based on one hardware that we are producing near our Lyon office. It's a multi-protocol gateway, to be as simple as possible, able to collect data in KNX, MBus, Modbus R2, BACnet, Modbus TCP, Diametic, LoRaWAN, and for sure LoRaWAN. And the idea of the wattsense solution is being able to provide to you all the data available in a building to you in the way you want. It could be through an existing BMS, as Marius said. For example, the LoRaWAN technology is very interesting in retrofitting your building, avoiding to wire everything. You can just put some sensors collecting to you the right information, air quality, etc., and putting this data to your existing BMS in BACnet, Modbus R2, for example, or MQTT. Everything will be manageable through our user console, which is the standard URL that you can reach from any devices or any place in the world. You can do it remotely. It's something very interesting when you are in a troubleshooting phase, for example. And one important thing to know as well is that our support team is also able to help you remotely thanks to this connection. As I said, the idea is to provide to you the information in the way you want, so you can have it in BACnet IP, Modbus IP, or MQTT for an existing BMS, but you can also push it into a cloud for energy management system, for example, in a RESTful API. And last but not least, you can also have a view, a live view of all the data transiting through the wattsense solution. In a few words, the idea of the wattsense solution is to have something very easy to use, easy to install, easy to maintain. You will see in my presentation, I will repeat very often the word easy or simple, and that's exactly the purpose of the wattsense solution. Make your life easy in using LoRaWAN as example in collecting all the information. So the idea is to have something very easy to use, as I said, plug and play installation, no training specified required. We continuously push new functionality, and software update. Everything is included, nothing to pay more to get the updates. That's our willingness, and that's our way to work. So free to live, it's 100% open. And again, one very important thing, all the data, all the information are belonging to you. It's your belonging. We are providing to you the data, but it's your data. Just coming back to the installation, to install a wattsense solution, it's very easy, as I said. You will have to put the gateway in a rail-in, for example. Just put the power supply, wire the field bus. You can have a very wide coverage regarding the LoRaWAN network. If you want to extend or move your antenna, you can ask M2M Germany an amplified antenna. They have it in their portfolio. And if you are in a building, very often you can consider 2 floors up and 2 floors down. So with the floor, you put the gateway, then you can manage about 5 floors in total. You can go, you can manage more floors, can manage even a wider area, but to be sure you will be able to collect all the data in a proper way, we do encourage you to make some tests on the field. That's what is the real life. If you want to be sure, you have to test it. So based on the wattsense gateway, so we have only one hardware, we can provide to you 2 products, 2 solutions, one called the bridge and the other called the tower. For the people who knew wattsense from years, the bridge solution was called the hub previously, and the tower was the box. But we changed our this product name, and now the local solution is the bridge, and the remote and the cloud-based solution is the tower. So the tower solution is the fully managed solution, remote version that collects data and communicate with your equipment with a cloud server. As all the data are transiting through our backend and through our cloud, you are able to play with this data and manage some alarms, schematics, manage in the real time all the information. That's the tower solution, providing with a yearly subscription. And we have the bridge solution, which is the local version. It's a one-time purchasing solution. In that way, we are collecting the data through all the field bus I mentioned, and LoRaWAN for sure. And we are able to convert it to your existing BMS with BACnet or Modbus field bus. For both product and solution, everything will be managed through our user console. I will show you afterward in the demonstration. But again, it's a easy to use interface. Everything is written in clear text. You don't need to be an expert in coding or in automation. We already pre-decoded a lot of equipment, a lot of LoRaWAN equipment, enable you to get the data directly in clear text without any decoding phase. Just to give you the information, the LoRaWAN protocol and LoRaWAN devices are providing to you what we call the raw encoded payload, which is a hexadecimal code. And the wattsense solution split all the information based on the property available from the equipment, and we are providing to you the data in clear text. I will show you how it works afterward. This is for sure one of the most important features used by our customer. It's the possibility to convert LoRaWAN information to BACnet or Modbus for an existing BMS. Again, in retrofit, it's very, very easy to put some LoRa sensors in some room, for example, to collect air quality data or things like that. And with the wattsense solution, it's very easy to push this information to your existing BMS. The LoRaWAN technology, as Marius said, now can provide to you a lot of information, air quality, information about meters, counters, occupancy. A lot of products are available, and if this product exists, we can add it to our library of equipment and provide to you the information in a very easy way. One very standard use case that we can have is the LoRaWAN thermostatic valve. For example, here you can see a Vicky thermostatic valve from mClimate. These products are available in the M2M Germany portfolio for sure. And as Marcus said, this device could receive command. So the LoRaWAN technology is not only used in monitoring. You can also send command. For example, here we have target temperature. You can read the target temperature, but also from the wattsense console or from your BMS, you can also send a new target temperature based on the occupancy, for example. That's very easy to use, easy to install. This kind of product are just plugged, yeah, or screwed in the radiator, and in that way you can very easily command all the radiator you can have in a school. For example, we have a lot of use case in France, Germany, and almost everywhere in Europe to manage some school or middle-sized building with some radiators everywhere. You want to start to have a first step in smart command in your building. You can put easily Vicky thermostatic valve and then send a command to it in changing just the target temperature. As I said, we have different function. Here you can see different logo. The green one are related to the tower solution, and the blue one is for the bridge. For sure, the bridge is a smart gateway in a few words. So the gateway function, so allowing you to convert LoRaWAN to BACnet or Modbus, is embedded in the bridge solution, also in the tower. And with the tower solution, you can also, as I said, as the data are transiting through our cloud, you can also have some dashboard, graph, alarm, etc. in going a bit deeper in the monitoring and in the control way. I hope you can see the wattsense console. Thank you, Anna. That's the wattsense console. As I said, it's a standard URL, console.wattsense.com. Sorry, you can reach this platform with your email and password. And then you will arrive to your cockpit finally. This console is here to configure, set, and maintain all your installation. Here I will go to my tower. As I said, the configuration and adding equipment process is exactly the same in tower and bridge product. So with both solution, it's again always easy. I will show you how it works. To add an equipment to the wattsense solution, you have different possibility, different way to proceed. If you have product in BACnet or MBus, you can launch some scan. In doing it, you will have access to all the property available in this network. You can make a bulk creation of LoRaWAN equipment. To do it, you click on that. You download the CSV, you fulfill it, and you can make a mass upload. If you have, for example, 100 Wiki thermostatic valve, it will be for sure easier to proceed like that. You just fulfill this CSV, you put it here, and the job is done. And last but not least, the wizard of configuration. As I said, we have a huge library of equipment, pre-decoded equipment. You want to add an equipment, you just type the name of this equipment. For example, here, I want to add a Wiki thermostatic valve. I select the Wiki from mClimate. I will have to fulfill the dev EUI, app EUI, and application key. This is the key to connect the device to any LoRaWAN gateway. This information are provided by the supplier. And then, as I said, rather than work with the raw payload of the equipment provided by the LoRaWAN sensor, you will have directly the list of all the properties available from the equipment. And you just click on the information you want to have, you want to use. The idea is to have just the property you will use. So you just select the information you want. For example, here I'm interested in having the humidity, sensor temperature, and target temperature. I click on save, check the configuration, saving it, and the job is done. In few minutes, you can have you can add any equipment. It's very simple, very easy to use. I can show you, for example, with if I miss one property, I can go back on the property and just select the one is missing. Range of the motor, for example. Just click on save. And that's it. No needs to be an expert in coding, in automatization, etc., etc. All this job has been done by the wattsense team and is provided to you again in clear text to help you to save time in commissioning, in maintenance, and in all the lifetime duration. If you want to convert this data to an existing BMS in BACnet, for example, you just name the gateway, you select the protocol. Here in clear text, it's also written where you have to plug the RG45. You enter the UPD port, and then you will select the property you want to redirect to your backnet network. Here I already transfer the humidity and the target temperature. If I want to change, for example, the backnet instance object, I just click on it and changing it. Very easy to do again. I will show you what is very interesting with this kind of product as well. As I said, it's a product that works in both directions, reading information and writing command. This is the live data tabs. With my wiki, I have the target temperature. If I want to change it, here I have 19 degrees. If I want to change it at 21, I can do it, and the job is done. It's easy to do in the wattsense console, but it will be as easy as this tab in your backnet network. You can send directly the target temperature in that format as well. That's it from the wiki, just to show you how looks the raw encoded payload. This is that kind of information. So I do hope that the live data demonstrates that it's easier to work with the wattsense solution that decoding the raw payload here there. So that's the use case I want to show. It can work, as I said, with the bridge solution and with the tower solution. With the tower solution, you can also create some dashboard to have a first step in monitoring also your building, for example. You have here some the most important value that you can read. You can easily drag and drop an image, for example, a floor plan, and here you just put data tag to have a first visualization of what happened in your building. It's not a PC view, it's not a complete BMS, but it could be, again, a first step in monitoring your building. Here I drag and drop only unique image, for example, with some data tag as well. That's it. Again, very easy to do and very easy to maintain. You can have some graph again, and sorry for the repetition. It's very easy to do, very easy to play with. You can change the color, change the chart type, etc., etc. To add one more property, you just click on the property list. You click on the plus, and this has been adding. You can export the data. You can export the image, and play with it. Again, the wattsense solution will not provide to you a complete report, but with this kind of graph or schematics, you can have a good view on what happened in your building. Last but not least, you can create alarm based on the value of a property. Here you can see, or based on the state of an equipment. For example, if you lose the communication with one or another sensors, you can be alerted by SMS or by email. That's it for the live presentation. I just have 2 more slides. I hope you understand that we want to make your life easy. To do it, we have a lot of also technical content, tutorial video based on our YouTube page, support platform, blog, a lot of technical resources. Everything is provided to you, again, to make your life easier in using LoRaWAN technology and to update your existing BMS or to have a first step in monitoring your building. And the bonus track of this presentation, we are developing more and more solutions, more and more features in the wattsene solution. This year, we will launch new features based on the control part and in the automatization. So to do it properly, we want to find some tester in these new features. So if you want to take part of the test of these new functionalities, I will send to you a form that you can fulfill, and we will contact you to make some tests. A small disclaimer before sending it. We will not send to you a product to install and to launch this new functionality. No, the idea is to spend half an hour with you to present what we want to develop and how it could look and how it could be used. That's it. And this new functionality at this period will be the scheduling. We are working to develop an easy way, again, to manage the scheduling in a building. For example, changing the target temperature of your Wiki thermostatic valve based on the scheduling that would be embedded in the wattsense solution. So if you are interested in taking part of this kind of test, thank you, first of all, and we will share with you the form to launch this discussion.
Not yet. Thank you very much, Antoine. And yeah, we do have definitely a few minutes left for questions. If anybody would like to ask something, please use the Q&A session here in the part. Oh, I just, okay, there are some questions already. I was, usually it pops up here, but it doesn't in that case, so let's go through it. First question, Anna already answered. How often does wattsense read information from a device and can it be changed? Yes, as Anna answered, by default 10 minutes, and it can be changed.
Yes. Yes.
Anything you would like to add?
No. As you presented, Marius, the idea of the LoRaWAN technology, in fact, is to send information and also save battery. So if you are working with battery-based sensors, the lifetime duration of the battery will depend also on how much message you send, and more you send message and more you are reading the information, and more you will use your battery. So that's also the reason why in standard in LoRaWAN it's 10 minutes. Can you please say again how to integrate new devices which are not listed in the library Oh, thank you, Anna. You already shared the link. You can yes, you can follow the link and fulfill the information, and our team will add the equipment for you and for free. Can I do it on my own in LoRaWAN? No. We will do it for you and for all our customers. Is it possible to automate communication and control of a Wiki thermostats valve locally on the wattsense gateway? Our support team is writing. Okay.
So, but you can read it.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, the target temperature of the Wiki is read and write properties. So using a PLC, you will be able to control the Wiki directly. And the box does not embed it yet. A scheduler. Is there possibility of an automated report by email with a trending chart? No, you, sorry. I will reading it out loud. Is there possibly of an automated report by email with the trading chart, not from the wattsense console. If you want to set, you can do it through API if you can code it, but it's not possible from the wattsense console directly.
We skipped the question. We skipped the question regarding pricing. I just asked our product manager here internally for some if he can just give a brief information.
Yes, and also regarding the in the same question, it's also asked if the bridge offers some sort of API to get the data out. The REST API is only available with the tower solution, but with the bridge solution, you can transfer all the data through MQTT. You will have to manage your own broker, MQTT broker, and that's it. The wattsense job will end here with the bridge solution. So you will have to manage the MQTT broker and the internet connection or things like that.
Okay, we got the next. I will just. I think for correct pricing, it would be the best if you just send us an inquiry. So it depends. It depends on a couple of factors, as in the question by Maxime. It does depend on the number of endpoints. So there are some variants basically different in the software and in the size of the license. So let's say a really rough number is in between somewhere 800 to almost 2,000 euros, depending on what is the size of the license and everything. So, but don't nail me on that. Please just if you're interested, send a quick inquiry and we can find the right license model for you and the right pricing, just to make sure that you get the right, because it's definitely a bigger range depending on the specs. Which one did we already answer? Which not? We were talking about the. Have we been talking about Benjamin's question? Is it possible to automate communication and control of the Wiki thermostats locally on a wattsense gateway?
Yes.
I think Anna answered it. Yeah.
And I read it. I just saw a comment. Maybe it's also in the conversation.
Then we have been talking about the API. We have been talking about the prices roughly. We have been talking about the integration of devices.
Yeah, we have
there's
also
the question, the possibility of automated reports by mail and training charts. We have been talking.
Yeah.
Next question. Yes, you will receive the recording. So I think in a few days we will send out the recording and the slides to all participants. So no worries. Yeah, you will receive that.
Yes, and in the chat we have also a question already answered by Florian. So the tower requires an internet connection. The answer is yes, but the answer is yes. It's already embedded thanks to the 4G SIM card and the antennas. So everything could be sent automatically through the cellular network. So if the network is available, you don't need to take care of the connection. Everybody is already managed by the wattsense solution. If the cellular network is not available, you can plug into internet router, standard one, and the connection could be done like that.
Okay.
Tobias is asking, can I add my own SIM card?
And the answer is yes, if you order more than 2,000 pieces. In fact, the answer is no, because we changing the SIM card will make some major change in our backend. And also, we are sure that the SIM card we are using is working well. So that's the reason we are not allowing our customer to change it.
So, anyways, is that SIM card roaming across the world? Is the next question.
Yes. Yes. It's a multi-provider SIM card working almost everywhere around the world. I think we are okay with the question. If you have more questions, please reach out to us. It will be a pleasure to answer.
Yeah, definitely. So if your question has not been covered here, I would like to know more and discuss your specific use case, please contact our team or myself anytime. And yeah, so we will be happy to help you with your project.
Sure.
So any other questions? Doesn't look like. Well, thank you for participating.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Marius, again for the invitation.